previous videos, we talked about the anatomical structure of cornea. We talked a little bit about the refractive index and radius of curvature, geometry of the cornea. But in this video, we want to take a look deeper into the refractive index of the cornea and where those numbers comes from, the number that we put for the refractive index. So, refractive index of the cornea, we have, as I mentioned before, the cornea is included from different layers with different refractive indexes. The first one is a tear film that's very thin. It's 5 to 7 microns, so that one is not very important. The second layer is epithelium that the refractive index is between 1.401 to 1.433. So there is a range for that refractive index because, as I said, it's different from people to people and they get average over all the people. But the main layer in the cornea is a stroma. As I mentioned before, it has 90% of the cornea. So it has a huge part of the cornea is a stroma. And the refractive index of this part is estimated from 1.357 to 1.380. So in that range, and there is a theory that said there is a slight reduction of refractive index from the anterior surface. As you remember, this surface is the anterior and this is posterior. In a stroma, they said the refractive index has a little bit gradient, but it's not very important. So because the stroma is the thickest layer, the refractive index of a stroma dominates the refractive index of the cornea. And the mean value of the whole cornea refractive index, or a number that we can say is the representative of the whole cornea refractive index, in most of the books is 1.376, which included all the layers and everything. So this is a very important number. The refractive index of the cornea, we use 1.376. And another thing that I would like to talk about is there is a few theories about why optically the cornea is transparent. I want to talk about two of them. This is the layers of the refractive index. This is the top layer, the bottom layer, layer 1 to the last one. As you can see, the cells, actually this is from Wikipedia, the cells are like layered structure. So one theory is that it's like a lattice arrangement of the cells that, because of the scattering light from different layers, the interference pattern is destructive. Like, for example, for AR coated, we put different layers on top of each other. And then at the end, we can have them in a way that they destructively interfere outside when it gets reflected from the surface. So in that case, we can say it's completely anti-reflective. And it's not because of just the surface effect, because of different layers on top of each other. That's one theory. The other theory is critical spacing for transparency. That says the layers is exactly less than 200 microns. So that's the reason that light is not scattered. It's less than 200 nanometer and light is not scattered because of that very small distance relative to the wavelengths of the light that we can see, which is from 400 to 700. So that's another theory that why the the cornea is a transparent part of our eye. Thank you very much. Here is the reference that I used for this video. Thanks for your attention.